What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, as you see today, we are reacting to Alex Bell, Magic School Bus. What's it? Doppelgänger theory. You don't know who Alex Bell is? He's basically the SpongeBob conspiracy theorist guy, and all his videos are pretty good, pretty fire. So we are reacting to this today. If you are not subbed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Why aren't you sub to the channel? Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Do that. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well. Follow me on Instagram. That will be here somewhere. Follow me on Instagram, then follow me on TikTok. It'll be popping up on the side right there. And without any further ado, I am a little bit under the weather, so my throat's a little scratchy. So if I'm not talking that loud, that's why. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Rewatching old TV shows from your childhood that just fills you with this warm, nostalgic feeling. Even though you're older,
y'all ever seen Magic School Bus?
Tastes have changed. These shows can still connect with you in ways that nothing else can today. That's at least how I feel when I rewatch the Magic School Bus. A show before everything became cynical and edgy. A show that just wanted to teach people how the world works. But then you find something in that show that you don't remember. Something dark.
Janet, you want proof? I'll give you proof. Here's proof of what'll happen to you if you stay here with your stuff.
I don't remember any of their names. Arnold, I knew that. I didn't know that. I thought it was Arthur.
Huh. That's
Arnold.
weird. I don't remember Arnold dying in the show. And the more I rewatched, the more I realized how much I missed as a kid. And I knew I had to make my next
Frizzle
theory about this. Inside the Magic School Bus is a culture of fear and lies, all to hide a massive secret. Trust me, this theory is just as dark or complex as any of my SpongeBob theories. This is the Magic School Bus Doppelgänger theory.
A bullet? But first, don't say a word from my sponsors. Oh. Yeah. Yo, Raid Shadow Legends. Y'all play Raid Shadow Legends?
Or enjoy the act. Give it a fun festive.
Alright. Where's the end of this?
All you've got to do is log.
You know what? Now you say it again, I feel like I do want to play some Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, yeah. I already knew this was, but this is going. Thank you.
The Magic School Bus is
The
an
Magic School
animated
Bus.
educational kids show that aired from 1994 to 1997 and later got rebooted on Netflix in 2017. It follows Miss Frizzle and her class of 4th grade students as they use the Magic School Bus to go on crazy field trips to places like outer space, inside the human body, and traveling back in time, all to learn about how the world works. Like a lot of you, I watched
Magic
school
School
growing up,
Bus.
but it wasn't until recently that I started to question some things about the show. Like, do the parents know that their kids are regularly going on these dangerous, life-threatening expeditions? And how is Arnold still alive after taking off his helmet in space?
He did that shit willingly too.
Thanks, Janet.
Oh,
Why
you
you?
just got a cold after
That's
being
how I feel.
exposed to the freezing vacuum of space. That's it.
God.
Something seems wrong here. But wait, before we even begin to question the logic of the show, we have to ask if there's even anything here worth theorizing about. I get this comment all the time. It's just
Do beverages taste better
you're right.
when you
When
slurp
it comes
it?
to most kid
Let me know.
shows, there's usually no internal logic to how or why things happen.
I know.
And it would be pointless to try and make a theory about it. Except, here's the thing that sets the Magic School Bus apart from most kid shows. The show itself is constantly pointing
Delicious.
out and questioning its own logic. It does this at the end of every episode during something called the producer segment. At the end of every episode, a character known as the producer for the Magic School Bus TV show shows up and answers questions from the fans.
I don't remember this. I remember that music. Oh no, I remember this.
Magic School Bus show, right?
You bet, I'm the producer.
That's right. Just like SpongeBob, the Magic School Bus breaks the fourth wall and acknowledges the fact that it's a TV show. Except, the Magic School Bus does it in a very interesting way. At first, I thought this character was supposed to be an animated stand-in for the actual real-life producer of the show, but the producer doesn't talk about the show like it's animated. He talks about it like it's a live-action production.
How come there was only one kind of bat on your show? There are almost 1,000 different kinds, you know.
Well, those kind of bats were banned from the set.
In fact, everyone talks about it like it's a live-action TV show.
Is this the bakery where they filmed that Magic School Bus show?
Yes.
What we are seeing here is not the actual producer of the PBS animated Magic School Bus show. We are seeing a fictional producer character for an in-universe live-action TV show inside of the real-life animated Magic School Bus show. It's confusing, I know. Think of it like a mockumentary where the filmmakers are just as much a part of the story as the characters. So, just like my SpongeBob television theory, everything we see in the show is being filmed by in-universe cameras, and everything that happens is just scripted for the purposes of creating an educational live-action TV show.
Since when can a bus shrink and sprout legs like a bullfrog?
Since the scriptwriter wrote it in for the purposes of this episode.
You didn't believe the part where the kids got so close to the volcano.
It's television. We all know real kids don't go inside volcanoes.
And another thing, if an astronaut ever does make it to Pluto, she'd better not take her helmet off.
You think they'd end up with more than a cold, huh?
She'd end up a block of ice, or worse.
None of the characters
A block of
actually
ice,
go to
or
space
worse.
or travel through time. There's no real danger or magic involved. In the canon of the show, everything we see is fake. And this isn't even a Truman Show situation where the main
Hey, that's
characters
a movie.
are
That's a
unaware
GOAT
they're
movie.
being filmed. The kids
That's a
actually
GOAT movie.
sometimes show up or call in on the producer segment and talk as if they know about the show.
Watching that show, you'd think that nighttime lasted about 5 seconds.
Oh, well, we were a little short on time.
So, that pretty much answers every possible question I could have about this show, right? Like, anything weird or dark I find can just be explained away by it being scripted by the showrunners. And I almost gave up on making this theory because of that. Until I realized that's exactly what the Magic School Bus wants us to think.
And here's an ad, ladies and gentlemen.
Vaping
Can I
made my
skip?
anxiety worse.
I can't skip this one.
Held me in that sad place.
Don't vape. Don't vape. Man, I'm dying.
Listen,
The cover up.
In Season 2, Episode 3, The Busosaurus, the class travels back in time on the Magic School Bus to visit the dinosaurs. During the episode, they keep track of which dinosaurs only ate plants with this chart. But when they go back to the present, we don't see the class take the chart with them. Just like the end of every episode, they have a producer segment, this time with a guest star from the show, and they clarify none of the magic they showed was
She
real.
kind of bad.
No
Hold
one's
on.
ever traveled back in time and seen real dinosaurs.
Absolutely not.
Ah, her voice kind of threw me off. She kind of bad though, man. We need to throw her out there for bad cartoon characters. She's a side character,
Time
babe.
travel is impossible.
But it's what happens at
She
the
wanted
very
him.
end of this segment that changes everything.
Oh, but of course it's not.
How could they
Alright,
find
man,
the
you had to look at the
dinosaur
camera.
chart buried underground if the time travel wasn't real? This directly contradicts what the producers are constantly saying about the show. And this happens all the time in the producer segments.
Which reminds me why I called in the first place.
Yes?
I'm still waiting for someone to get that pile of litter off my planet.
Everybody
Oh, he's
knows
an alien.
dinosaurs.
Okay,
They
that's why he's
get
talking like that.
ghosts.
You could never use gum for bungee jumping, not in a million years. I wish you guys would stick to the facts.
It took water more than 15 million years to carve out the Grand Canyon. About as long as it's going to take you to freeze that water.
The impossible things that happen on these field trips are clearly real in the canon of the show, but why are they lying about it? In fact, they seem to get kinda nervous whenever the callers get pushy about what's real and what's not.
It would have taken weeks for the asteroid to reach the sun. You made it seem like it could happen in seconds.
Well, we had to fake it.
Ms. Frizzle must be magic.
Why do you say that?
What was that?
Feels so bad.
That? Oh, that was just the sound of Liz stretching the truth.
So, why not just tell them that it's a real Magic School Bus? What's with all the secrecy? The class is constantly going to places like outer space, the bottom of the sea, inside an active volcano, all extremely dangerous places that no school could ever take kids, unless they lied about it and pretended like the field trips were just faked as a part of an elaborate fictional TV show. And the cover-up goes much farther than just the show. The principal of the school has no idea what they're doing on these field trips. trips.
You're
Black
telling
man.
me you went inside a chicken to find me an egg?
Yes, sir, we did.
But going inside a chicken is not a state-approved field trip.
And even when they tell him, he doesn't believe them.
Do you really expect me to believe that the chicken laid an egg with all of you inside it?
Even the parents don't know what's going on.
And now, live from the throat.
Ralphie, that little girl looks just like your friend Wanda.
Who? Her? No. Wanda's much, shorter.
Ralphie, I know that guilty look. What's going on?
Nothing, Mom. Really.
Oh, I'm sure they were just
Baddie alert.
around. Right, Ralphie?
Right, Miss Frizzle.
It's never explicitly stated in the show, but if you pay attention, it's clear that these field trips are a massive secret, and the kids are actively helping hide it.
But Miss Frizzle, we
He
can't
ain't helping that much.
know the bus is magic.
She told they went inside a
What
chicken.
he can't see.
But why? I could see why the producers are hiding the secret, but why are the kids in on it? Maybe
Yeah,
it's
why?
just because they love the field trip so much, and they know that if the secret got out, they wouldn't be able to go on them anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
tell either.
I think there might
Me
be
personally.
something more going on here. In the very first episode of the Magic School Bus, Arnold brings his cousin Janet to visit his school, and she mentions that Arnold told her all about the field trips they go on.
Arnold told me all about your field
That
trips.
report. Let me look at that. Let me look at that report card one more
Bus,
time
Arnold brings his
before you
cousin
speed
Janet
past.
to visit his school, and she mentions that Arnold told her all.
Let me look at these. Okay. English class A. I'm assuming that's the top one. Gym A. Math A. Art A. What's his last one? Science. Science. A. Okay. Straight
all
A's.
about
No
the
A
field
plus
trips
though.
they go on.
Arnold told
No,
me
A plus.
all about your field trips, Dorothy, and what did he say?
Look at their reaction.
Yeah, facts. Like Arnold,
They
big
are
mouth snitch ass.
terrified of someone else knowing the truth. Now, I've already shown you
Yeah.
that clip
What
of
the
Arnold
fuck?
taking off his helmet and
Show
freezing
ass
his
up.
face, but I didn't show you why he did it. Throughout the entire episode, Janet is trying to collect proof to prove that she went to space. And in order to convince Janet not to bring back incriminating evidence, Arnold does this.
There's no way I'm going home without my stuff. It's proof. Nobody will believe me without it. Janet, you want proof? I'll give you proof. Here's proof of what'll happen to you if you stay here with your stuff. Arnold, no!
Right, self-delete.
Arnold
So
is
she ain't bring
more
that stuff
afraid
back.
of Janet exposing their secrets than taking off his helmet in space. What
Yeah,
could these
that's-
kids possibly
that's
be
wild.
so afraid of happening if the truth got
This
out?
Frizzle gonna
Well,
body
in
him.
season 1, episode 11, we actually do get to see what DA thinks would happen if her old teacher found out about their field trips.
What?
Mr. Seaflat, I'd like you to meet.
Take chances, make mistakes, get messy.
Oh, we never did anything like this at our old school.
Holy shit. It's Miss Frizzle. They're all afraid of Miss Frizzle.
I mean, what happened,
Miss
though?
Frizzle may seem like this quirky, fun, eccentric teacher, but
That-
she is constantly manipulating these kids into being afraid and totally obedient. In episode 2, Arnold asked Miss Frizzle if he could skip the field trip.
Miss Frizzle, I'd really love to go on a field trip, but I've got this weird feeling.
Well, Arnold, I do need a volunteer to stay behind.
She casually says he can stay behind, but then without telling him, they shrink down and go inside of Arnold for their field trip. At the end of the episode, they tell Arnold they were inside of him, and after this horrifying realization
Wow.
sets in, he says this.
You went inside?
Oh.
Miss Frizzle, no matter what,
Us.
I'll never miss another field trip. Never, ever, ever, ever.
The message Miss Frizzle is sending is clear. If you disobey or try to miss a field trip, there will be consequences. And if you don't believe me, in the very next episode, the
Hey, Miss Frizzle, you
exact
like
same
that?
thing happens. In this episode, Ralphie gets sick and his mom tells him he has to miss school, but Ralphie vehemently tries to fight it.
It's my opinion, as your mother and as a doctor, that you have a fever, which means you are sick, which means you are going back to bed.
But Mom!
Seems kind of weird, right? Usually kids love to miss school, especially
Yeah,
a
damn right.
slacker, goofball character like Ralphie. But no, He knows there will be consequences if he misses a field trip. And as expected, the class goes to his house, shrinks down, and goes inside of him. It's like an unspoken rule of the class. If you miss a field trip, you will become the field trip. There is a culture of fear and lies in the classroom, and Miss Frizzle is at the heart of all of it. No matter what, you must keep her secrets and continue going on these dangerous field trips, even if there's risk of getting hurt or worse. Which
girl, that's a booty hole.
My original question. How did Arnold actually survive after taking off his helmet in space? What if I told you he didn't? And the Arnold we see after this is not the same Arnold.
Yeah, explain that. The world searched me.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
So, the Magic School Bus is supposed to be this infinitely powerful magical contraption, right? It can go anywhere, travel through time, and change itself or anyone else into just about anything. So, who's to say that the kids who get injured or killed don't just magically get brought back to life by the bus off screen? But after Arnold comes back from being frozen in space, he acts different. In the very next episode after he gets frozen, they keep calling attention to the fact that Arnold is acting weird for some reason.
How much?
You feel all right, Arnold?
It's sort of explained away in the episode, but it's weird
chewing that food.
Bringing it up.
Miss Frizzle, I'd really love to go on a field trip, but I've got this weird feeling.
And before he was frozen, we heard him say this.
I wonder where we're going today. Inside a rotten log? Been there. To the bottom of the ocean? Done that.
He mentions how they've already been to the bottom of the ocean and inside of a rotten log. But they visit both of these places in future episodes, and Arnold never mentions the fact that they've already been there. In fact, no one does. It's like they don't even remember these past field trips. And this show does have continuity and a precedent for mentioning old field trips.
This looks familiar, kind of like when
I know this episode.
we were in your bloodstream, Ralphie. Remember?
No, it's that episode.
There's something really strange going on with these kids, but for the longest time, I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I discovered something. Something so impossible and confusing.
Dun, dun, dun.
When I saw it, it honestly gave me chills. In episode 2, the Magic School Bus shrinks down and goes inside of Arnold to learn about the digestive system. But there's something inside of Arnold that made me question everything about this show. Something that I guarantee you wouldn't normally notice. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me play the clip for you.
I'm ready.
Esophagus. It's where your food goes.
Girl, that's a booty hole. That's stuck in my head.
Miss Frizzle, what are you doing?
Did you see it? Let's
Yes, he's on the bus. Yo.
Is Arnold inside
Yo.
of Arnold? He is the one person who absolutely cannot be in the bus right now. But there he is, sitting in the back. But the next time we see the back of the bus, he's gone.
Yeah.
No way. This has to be some sort of really weird animation mistake, right?
Bruh.
Except 25 seconds later, we see him again sitting in the back of the bus. How is Arnold inside of Arnold? Okay, maybe they just made the same mistake twice, right? Except this isn't even the only episode where this happens. In season 4, episode 2, a chicken's life cycle and shrinks Arnold down inside of an egg to watch it hatch.
Might go back and watch Magic School Bus.
While they're waiting for it to hatch, the rest of the class goes to talk to the principal in his office without Arnold. Except for a single shot, we can see Arnold in the office even though he's supposed to be inside of the egg. And just like last time, he immediately disappears as soon as we cut back to where he was standing. Who is this second Arnold who keeps appearing in places he shouldn't be? And that's when it all made sense.
Why is he disappearing though?
Doesn't bring dead kids back to life. They replace them with identical clones, or how I like to call them, doppelgangers. It is no coincidence.
Okay, hold on before we get to, because if it's a doppelganger, right? Why is he disappearing in and out of shots though?
That this second Arnold
That's all. That's the only question I got.
Immediately after Arnold died in space. This is either the space Arnold's body or some sort of rogue doppelganger they lost track of, trying to blend in the back of class. But wait a second. can the Magic School Bus even create clones of living things? Like, it seems like the Magic School Bus can do anything, but we never
Who
actually
did
see
do
it
it to?
duplicate or create something from scratch. It only ever changes things.
Or
it can turn a student into a
did
fish,
we?
but it never creates a fish out of nothing. Trust
Did
me,
it turn
I've looked everywhere.
something
in
else
the
into
show
a
and the
student?
reboot, and there is no evidence the bus
Yeah,
can
that reboot.
create life.
Get that out.
But
That's Arnold?
That's
Yeah.
only because I was looking
That
in the
nigga not
wrong
swaggy.
place. Miss Frizzle's classroom is
That nigga not
absolutely
swaggy.
full of dioramas of human body parts. An eye, a foot, an ear, the human skeleton. But if you pay close attention to these background objects, you'll realize they're not dioramas. They constantly move and blink as if they're alive, and the only possible explanation is that they were created by the Magic School Bus, meaning it is totally possible for the bus to grow these doppelgangers to replace the students. Every time a student dies on a field trip, they have the perfect solution to cover it up. But how often could they possibly need to do this? Yeah, the kids regularly put themselves in
Because
danger,
how
but
time? How many times did he die?
on-screen death was Arnold taking off his helmet, and that's only one episode. Well, remember, the show itself is an unreliable narrator. They're obviously gonna cut out or recontextualize anything that could expose them. But I think they let an important clue slip in the very first episode. Remember, when Arnold came back from being frozen in space, he was sick, which seemed to carry over with how weird he was acting in the next episode.
Yeah.
Maybe when a doppelganger is created, they come out very weak from the cloning process and have the symptoms of a sickness. Is it possible every time a character gets sick in the show, they've actually been recently replaced with a doppelganger? How else does the producer know details about Ralphie's specific sickness?
What were those kids doing visiting Ralphie when he was so sick and tired?
Oh, well, don't worry. He wasn't infectious.
And Ralphie not being infectious would make sense if it's not actually a sickness, but the symptoms of being a newly grown doppelganger. And the same episode Ralphie gets sick, the skeleton in the classroom has a completely different outfit from previous episodes, with a different tie and no sunglasses. Maybe the classroom skeleton is where they store the body of the last dead student. It even has very similar shoes to Ralphie's. But this goes far beyond just the individual student getting replaced. I have found evidence of past field trips that went so horribly wrong that no student came back from them alive. In episode 4, they shrink down and take a field trip into the ocean. Eventually, they get fished out by a fishing woman who says this.
Nope. Already have a bus.
Why would she have already fished up a miniature bus from the ocean? I mean, maybe it's like a toy or something, but that's not the only time something like this has happened. In Season 2, Episode 1, they explore an underwater volcano and briefly pass by a random sunken ship. Except, if you look closely, it has a figurehead of Miss Frizzle on the front of the ship. Why on earth would a random ship at the bottom of the ocean have this?
Because she bad.
It looks a lot like when the Magic School Bus turned into a boat in Season 4, Episode 13, and had a figurehead of Liz, the class pet. These are the wreckages of past failed field trips where nobody returned alive. There have been countless children who have died on these field trips, but why? What is the point of all this? Who's really running the show here, and what is the true identity of Miss Frizzle?
I don't know. Tell us. With the friends? Come on now.
The Magic School Bus TV show is run by the producers we
I
see
can't
at
even,
the end of every episode.
Get too high.
I'm the producer. One of them.
There's two characters
Dang,
who
boy,
are the
stay your
co-producers
ground.
of the show, and we never find out their
What's wrong with
names
you?
or where they came from. But do they look familiar at all to you? They have a very similar appearance to Tim
Oh, yeah, buddy looks like dude off Recess.
and Wanda. Is it possible the producers are actually the original students who survived all these years? And the similarities go far beyond just their appearances. The male
Power to
producer
you.
is seen working on a bee farm that we've never
Power
seen
to you.
before. But Tim mentions in Season 3, Episode 1, that his grandpa owns a bee farm.
I've been delivering honey from my grandpa's bee farm all summer.
Maybe the producer is working on his grandfather's farm. And just like how the producer works on storyboards, we see Tim working on his comic books. The female producer has a big plush frog in her office, and we know Wanda used to have a pet frog that she loved.
You know, Miss Frizzle, I was really glad when you said I could bring my best friend Bella the bullfrog to school.
In fact,
Yuck,
in Season
ew,
1, Episode
disgusting.
5,
Get that
Wanda
shit
has
outta
to let
here.
her pet frog go to live a happier life in the wild, and we see the producer rewatch this scene and cry.
Bye, Bella. I know you're going to have a good life here, but I am going to miss you.
Oh, this man is. blowing my mind.
It is very likely that the producers are the original Tim and Wanda. But what about the rest of the original students? Maybe Tim and Wanda are the only survivors, but I did find this guy working at a carnival in season 2, episode 10 that looks a lot
Ralphie?
like Ralphie. And I could also totally see Ralphie growing up to work at a carnival. But then what about Miss Frizzle? Even though we see the producers running things
that's
at the
what I
end of
wanna
the
know.
episode, it seems like Miss Frizzle is also in charge of the show.
Miss
You really
Frizz.
expect us to believe that Mikey had the power to actually knock the bell clear off the hammer slammer?
Just between us, we had a story conference about that, and it was Miss Frizzle's idea.
But we know nothing about Miss Frizzle's past, and obviously she doesn't resemble any of the kids like the producers do. I mean, the closest comparison we have is Arnold with their similar hair color, but obviously Arnold is male and Miss Frizzle is female, right?
No, it better not be his
That's
cousin.
what I thought too.
Better not be his
until I
cousin.
discovered pickle theory. Pickle theory is not a theory I created, it's something I discovered while researching for this video. It stems from this weird moment in season 2, episode 7 with Miss Frizzle.
Whoa! There's a ton of
Pickle
pickles
theory.
in here.
You caught me, Ralphie. Oh, I have a
Hey, boy, put that shit straight in your mouth.
powerful passion for pickles.
Well, if you don't wash
Even
your
if I told you
hands.
the context of this episode, this moment wouldn't really make sense. Miss Frizzle just has a
Look at this.
secret closet full of pickles and a private and powerful passion for them for some unexplained reason. But this
What-
is
what
where
the
pickle
f-
theory
some
comes
freaks.
in. To understand pickle theory, you need to understand that there's a common medication used in hormone therapy for trans women that has the side effect of making you crave sodium. And pickles are very salty, so they've become a common snack in the female transgender community. And pickle theory states that this weird moment with Miss Frizzle admitting to a private craving for pickles is a hint about her actually being a transgender woman. And I think it's a cool theory, but probably not enough evidence to win me over.
Okay,
yet.
I've
And
been saying,
if
I've been
it is
calling her
true,
bad
Definitely not
this whole
enough evidence
video.
to say Miss Frizzle is the original Arnold. I mean, she doesn't even wear glasses like him. But then I watched season 4, episode 10, where we
I swear, if Miss Frizzle is Arnold, still
actually
bad.
get to see inside of Miss Frizzle's house for the very first time. And I found a picture on her wall that is going to blow your mind. A picture of someone who looks a lot like a female version of Arnold, right down to the yellow and white shirt and glasses. I think this is what Miss Frizzle looked like as a kid. Either she's transgender, or the cloning process can just create different gender versions of characters, but whatever it is, you can't tell me this doesn't make it seem like Frizzle is a female
That shit look
version of
terrifying, I'm not gonna
Even
lie.
her name, Miss Frizzle, sounds fake. It sounds like something she just made
Oh,
up because she
okay.
has frizzy hair, a trait that she shares with Arnold. All of the people running the Magic School Bus show are the original versions of the students, creating doppelgangers of themselves and forcing them to go on dangerous field trips. But why? What is this all for? To make the Magic School Bus TV show and educate the kids of the world. And god damn it, it worked.
Is this the Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus? You mean Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus? I wonder what Magic School Bus? The Magic School Bus!
In this universe,
He-
everyone knows about the Magic School Bus. It is a massive success. If you want to educate the world, then in the words of Miss Frizzle, you have to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Get very, very messy.
Alright now, come on now. Come on, don't ruin it. Yeah, alright.
And that's the Magic School Bus doppelganger theory. Okay, bye.
Hey.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Tough.
This video was a lot of fun to make, and it was a good break from all the work that went into Don't Feed the Muse 2. Like I said, this video isn't related to that series or the ARG.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Alright, let me go ahead and go back real quick just so I can. Alright, y'all. So, tell me what y'all think about this conspiracy, right? Makes sense. They always make sense somehow. The transgender thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, makes a little sense. I don't even know what to say. My mind was blown as soon as they came up with the whole. What part was it? When he was on a bus, when it was inside him, and he was on a bus. That made me go crazy. But let me know if you guys want to see more conspiracy theories. If you have like a conspiracy theory video, because I know it's a lot of them out there, leave it down below in the comment section. I'll try my best to get to that. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Original video will be linked down below in the description. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but that'll be linked down below. And then I think that's it. See you guys next time. Appreciate you. Peace.